Hello there, my name is Anita and this is my sewing channel, Sewing Yogi. Welcome. So today I am talking about Sew Frugal 23, or should it be hashtag Sew Frugal 23? And yeah, so you have probably already heard plenty of people talk about this by now. So I'm not going to go into all the ins and outs of the rules and what you need to do or any of that kind of stuff. What I will say is I'm going to put down in the description below Ruan's vlog where she explains what's going on, and also Sam's vlog where she talks about what's going on. And of course it's Ruan and Sam that first started this 2 years ago, and it is their challenge. So I am going to talk about today what my ideas are for the free patterns that I found, and also some fabric that I found in my stash that may be paired with these particular garments that I think, or patterns that I think would work for me. I am a little bit selfish. I tend to just go with things that are for me. I don't really care about making anything for anyone else. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. And at first I thought I would choose coats, mainly coats, because I did want a coat for casual wear for springtime, something that I can just throw on when I'm going to work and it's not going to be too bulky or get in the way, if that makes sense. So when I ended up looking for patterns, I've actually picked loads of different things. There is one coat, but there's also lots of other stuff. So it's very varied. And I think I've covered as probably all the garments, maybe, apart from maybe some pants. I didn't choose any pants this year. Again, I've tried to stay away from things that are going to be too complicated for me, for my little brain. So yeah, so I will get started straight away. I don't think there's anything else I've got to say. And if I do forget things, I apologise. Yeah, I will put all the links down below if I do forget anything. So please do read down below afterwards if there's something that you're not sure of. But yeah, I'm going to get started straight away and talk about the things that I've chosen. I have had a little look online and I discovered a coat pattern called the Geranium coat, and it's on the Mood Society website. And I'll put up a little image of it up here, the line drawings first, and then perhaps the picture of what they have on their website. And so this is a collarless coat, and I do already have a pattern for this. I think it's the Chloe coat that I have from Sew Over It. But it's very, very similar actually. And if I'd have known about this, I probably wouldn't have bought the Chloe coat from Sew Over It. So yeah, I just thought that would probably be quite a nice pattern because of the fact that it doesn't have a collar, it's not fussy, and it's easy to get all my bags and everything on. This is my thinking. So yeah, anyway, the picture that they have it has been made in a stretch faux fur. So you could use that sort of fabric for that. Or you can, it says you can use wool coating or boiled wool or faux leather. So it's quite versatile in what sort of fabrics you can use. Now it looks to me like princess seams, and it has pockets. And it has these little details on the neck, which I assume are little pleats, but I'm not quite sure. It might just be stitching, I don't know. And the sizes for this, it comes in a size 2 all the way up to a 30, which I think is a really, really good size range. So yeah, and the fabric that I have found in my stash for this, which is very, very old, and I think it might have been bought when I very first started sewing with the thought of making a coat at some point, and I just have never made it up. So it is this fabric that I bought, and I think I bought it from Birmingham Rag Market. It is a grey, feels kind of like a wool kind of fabric, but I don't think it's wool. I think perhaps it's a synthetic style wool. It doesn't feel very woolly, if you know what I mean, but it could be. So when I bought this, I really wasn't thinking about that, and yeah, if it is going to get made into a coat, I think it's probably better if it is made in a collarless coat, so it doesn't rub on my skin, so it doesn't have to touch my skin because I'm allergic to any wool items. So yeah, that is what I have in my stash that I have found, which has been there for ages and ages, and I would probably give that a go. And I have probably about three, I think it's about 3 meters of this fabric. So it says that you have to have about 3 yards of material for the outer, and I'm assuming it is lined because it does say 3 yards of another fabric. And I think they have actually used a knit fabric for their lining, because the outer is a faux fur. So I think 3 yards is probably, I know it's less than in meters, less than meters, I should say. So I think I've probably got enough for that. But yeah, that's my first plan. So the other idea I had was to do a dress. I do love dresses. I haven't made a dress for a while. I think the last time I made a dress was Christmas time. So I really want to get a dress made. And I've had a look at a few websites that I think I previously looked last year, but I don't think I mentioned this one. I think I wanted to try out one of these patterns, but in the end I had so many patterns to choose from, I had to eliminate some. So apologies if I have already said this before, but the website is Tiana's Closet, and it is jam-packed full of free patterns, and I think they're really good patterns. The sizing for them all is very, very good. So they go from an extra small to a 5 times extra large. So there is so many patterns on there for dresses, really nice dresses actually, some really smart going out dresses. There's skirts, blouses. There was a lovely blouse I thought actually I would really love to do. I can't remember the name of it, but it was absolutely stunning. And yeah, there's so many patterns, so I really struggled to pin it down to one because I think I pretty much downloaded quite a few of them now. I haven't actually made any of these patterns yet, so it'll be completely fresh for me. And the one I've gone with is a dress, and it's called let me just gaze down at my notes here, the Etta Pleated Flounce Dress. And I'll put a little picture of it up. I'll probably put it in that corner there, make some room for it. Yeah, and I really liked it. It's very simple, really cute looking, and I think would be perfect for spring. It has a rounded neck, and it has a kind of a sort of a fit and flare sort of style skirt. So the first panel around the skirt is straight, but then the second panel, it has like a little gathered frill at the bottom. It's really, really cute. And it has little puff sleeves as well. So yeah, on the pattern it says it has, it does require invisible zip, which kind of put me off, but I think most of the patterns I'm going to have some sort of closure on them. It comes up to knee length or just above the knee, which I do actually prefer. And once it gets up to spring, I think it would be a really cute dress to wear. It will really look nice. So that is one idea I've had from Tiana's Closet. Now there's a few patterns from Tiana's Closet that I really, really did like. I think there is another one they may have picked as well. But for the fabric of this, because of the design of it, and it does actually give you on their website a few different options for patterned fabric that you could put it with. I think this is meant for a drapey fabric, so I'm thinking viscose, or you could do it with a crepe fabric. And the fabrics that I have chosen for this, I will just grab, they're over here. So this is the fabric that I found. It is a viscose fabric. It is kind of yeah, it's a lightweight, but it's not too lightweight. It's actually got some nice weight to it, and it's a really nice quality. It has a maroon background. You might not be able to see that in the camera, but it has a maroon background with little flowers on there, a little red, pink, white flowers, bits of blue in there too. So I really liked that. I thought that would work with this particular style dress. And I have quite a lot of that. It feels like I've got quite a lot. I always tend to buy a good 3-4 meters if I'm buying viscose, because I always think jumpsuit. I'm obsessed with jumpsuits, so I always think make sure I've got enough for a jumpsuit. But yeah, so that's one. And then I also have some fabric that I've already used. Actually, I used this Christmas time to make a pussy bow blouse style dress. So I have this, and bizarrely on the website, one of the ideas that she gives you is very similar to this fabric. And it is a crepe fabric and it has little flowers on. And I have used it before, so you might recognise it if you've followed me for a while. But yeah, that would make a really nice spring dress. And I don't know how much I have left. When I looked at it, it does actually look like I've got a decent amount left. I may not have enough, but there is also the backup of that other fabric, that viscose I've got there. Sorry, I'm really struggling to talk today. I don't know why. So for the next pattern that I have thought about was the lovely freebie that you can get from, I think it's Pattern Union, sorry. It is actually a pattern that you can buy, but of course, you know, you can get it for free. And I really love this jumpsuit. And again, like I say, I'm obsessed with jumpsuits. So yeah, I really liked this, and I have actually got this printed out already. And I got it printed on A0 when I was having some other patterns done. So that is already ready. So I am thinking, I'm sort of edging towards maybe this one. So for this one, I think I'm probably going to go with something maybe a little bit more simple. And again, I'll just grab the fabric. So this one, I have, again, a fabric that's been in my stash for a while, and I think it might have been in like the bargain bin of a fabric place. And I just love the feeling of it. It's really super soft and very drapey, and it's very lightweight, so it would be great for the summer. And it again has a smaller print on it. So it's a beautiful blue colour in this almost geometric shapes, I would say. They're like geometric, but it also looks like there's flowers in there. So yeah, there's that fabric, and I don't know how much I've got of that, but when I sort of opened it out, it does look big enough to perhaps get that jumpsuit. And then I thought, well, even if I can't get the full leg thing going on, if I can't get a full leg jumpsuit, maybe do the shorts version, because I know that's one of the options in that jumpsuit. So there's one option. And then I did find some other fabric that I don't know. I can't decide whether this one would work or not. It is very floral. Again, it's blue. It does remind me that it probably would look fabulous on holiday. So let me show you. I can get it the right way. Again, this is a viscose fabric, and it's very floral, so it's like big flower bursts on there, big bursts of flower. Yeah, so, and I think they look like almost like roses on there, and it has a blue background. It's a beautiful blue, actually. It's almost like a Grecian blue. But yeah, so there's this option, but I didn't know whether I would just look maybe a little bit crazy in that with that jumpsuit. I'm not sure. So I am leaning more towards doing the jumpsuit because I really am desperate for some sun. I'm really craving the heat and summer now. I think the cold has just gone on way too long. So I am looking towards more spring and summer, which I think I did last year as well. I'm not one for the winter. So on to the next idea I had. Okay, so we just had a crazy hailstorm. This morning was all sunny and bright and shiny, and I thought, oh, isn't it a beautiful spring day today? And now it's absolutely lashed it down. It's like, what is going on with the crazy weather? Anyway, so for my next idea was again another one from Tiana's closet. I do actually have 3 from Tiana's closet. This one is aptly named Anita. So I thought I had to do this really, didn't I? I had to. I've got to mention this one. So this is a 3-tier flared skirt, and it's a cute little skirt. It's above the knee. And yeah, I quite like that. It's something I would wear. It's something I have got, I had in the past, worn before holidays and things, and especially in the summer. So yeah, I would definitely make this one. And the fabric I dug out for this one is again a fabric I've used before, and I have some left, and I'm hoping that it would be enough. Again, it's one of those you have to just print out the pattern pieces and just place them on the fabric to see if it works, because with Tiana's closet she doesn't give you any fabric requirements. So it's if you can wing it essentially. This one is what I have for that skirt, and I thought it would look really cute. It is actually a black background with almost fuchsia pink and kind of lilac flowers on there with some white. I do like this, and I have made a blouse out of this fabric, and it's pretty wild. It's a pretty wild blouse, and I do get very many looks when I wear that blouse, but it's great. And so yeah, I have some of that left, and I haven't got much of it left, so it just depends on whether this is going to be fabric hungry because of those tiers, and they are gathered, so I might not have enough for that. So that is why I've chosen another pattern from Tiana's Closet that I could have as a backup. The next one from Tiana's Closet is called the Amanda Tie Shoulder Top, and it's a casual top. It does say it's a crop top, but I thought it was really cute, and that it has ties on the shoulders, and it does seem quite low on the front. I've got to be honest, I did think maybe I wouldn't probably wear it, but you could probably try and make it a little bit higher up so it didn't feel like it was too revealing. And also, as it's a crop top, you could probably just lengthen it, and it probably would be fine with jeans, etc. So yeah, I really like this. It's quite simple, and again, these all on Tiana's Closet come in extra small to 5 times extra large. It looks very simple. There's not that many pieces in the pattern. There's just 4 pieces for the pattern. And I thought if you wanted to do something quick, that's a good option. And the fabric that I have for that is something I found out that I bought from Minerva, I think 2 years ago now, which is a gingham. And it's a very light pale blue gingham with the larger checks on there. And I thought that that would look quite nice in this top. With the fact that it's a gingham, it's got a bit more structure to it, and so you would get a bit better definition on those ties on the shoulders. So yeah, I really liked the idea of this. I just think it's a really cute top and brilliant for the summer. So that was another option. And again, that has no closures, this one, because it's just tied on the top. So yeah, a really nice pattern. I really love this Tiana's Closet, I've got to be honest. When I found this, I was like, I'm not going really anywhere else to find any more patterns. Can't be bothered. This has got everything I want on here. So yeah, anyway, that's that pattern. And then for the other pattern is a pattern that I don't know whether I've mentioned before. It's actually from thefabricstore.com, and I know I mentioned that particular website last year because they have loads of patterns on there that are great. And they tend to make all their patterns in linen, so you don't have to necessarily make it in linen, but they tend to just make all their garments and show them the patterns in linen. But yeah, so there's no jerseys or anything like that here. I must admit, actually, I did think I've not picked anything here with jersey, but I don't have much jersey in my stash. I have literally just ordered some from Rainbow Fabrics, but because I've just ordered it, it doesn't count in the So Frugal challenge. So I'm just going with what I've got in my stash, which is mostly viscose and some cottons and crepes, and that's all I've got. So this next pattern, again, I love this. It's called the Dana Linen Jumpsuit pattern. And again, you probably wouldn't need to make it in linen, I'm thinking. It probably would look better in a more structured fabric, but I don't tend to wear anything that is more structured and cottony, if that makes sense. Especially with something that I feel that may look too bulky on me or too boxy. I'm not great with things like that, as I'm small framed, short in stature. It doesn't tend to work on me. So anyway, this pattern is great. I did think that perhaps I could make it in some viscose, and then, you know, if it didn't work, it doesn't really matter, but I do like it, and I think the buttons on the front are really cute. You've got 2 little buttons that sit here, and it's kind of like a high neck, goes straight across with a little tie belt. I really like it. It is a cropped trouser, I think, so you can make it probably longer if you want it. But, you know, I probably would, to be honest. I'm not great with cropped stuff. So the fabric I thought for this was that actually weirdly the same fabric for the skirt, but it's in a different colourway. It may not work. It may look crazy. But I thought, you never know, it might look okay. So anyway, this was the option that I had. And again, like you say, it's very similar to the other one, but just a different colourway. I did think it would look quite nice in that jumpsuit. If I lengthened the legs and it was a bit more of a drapier jumpsuit, I think it could work. I really love this pattern and I think it would look great again for summer. So yeah, those are my ideas. That's it. I don't know how many I've chosen. I think it's probably about 5 there, is there? I'm not sure. I do want to go overboard. I don't want to bombard you with too many patterns. Yeah, so this pattern, I think, again, the sizes of this were amazing. They go from a 0 to /2 to 12 to 14, but then they go from a 16/18 to 28/30. So they've obviously gone back and resized up their patterns, because I'm sure last year they were not as size inclusive. So I think that's great for patterns on their site. Go and have a look. You've probably heard lots of other people mention this site. It's quite a popular one. And I do apologise if I'm just repeating patterns that you may have already heard in other people's vlogs for Frugal 23. I haven't had a chance to watch many, so it could be that you've already heard about these and you're thinking, that's boring, move on. So really do apologise for that. But yeah, that's what grabbed me anyway. So yeah, I'm thinking, I know which one I'm leaning towards, but it's dependent on whether I have the time to get that made up. So yeah, do give me your thoughts on what you think is probably the, most likely you could see me in, if that makes sense. And yeah, what you're thinking of yourself as well. And please do get involved in this challenge. It's so worth it. It's so much fun. At the end, when you see everybody's makes, it's a real joy to know that everybody's been doing this for the month of March. And it's a collective feeling of inclusiveness, I suppose. It's a lovely feeling, even if you don't win anything. And I'm fortunate last year I did actually win something, which I was really overjoyed with, and I didn't realise, I didn't even go for it to win anything. So it's a lovely thing if you can actually win a prize. And of course, there's tons of prizes to win. I will put all the pictures up at the end of all the different pattern companies that are donating gifts, prizes, and there's stacks. There's stacks this year again, as there were last year, so it's worth it. And it doesn't have to be anything too amazing. I mean, if you haven't got fabric in your stash, you've probably heard other people say, just grab something from the cupboard, cut something up, use a duvet, pair of old curtains, whatever you've got, maybe even, if you've got something that you don't wear anymore, maybe you can restyle it, make it different. Yeah, so it's worth just giving it a try, give it a bash. I do hope that you have enjoyed seeing what I'm thinking of making and the fabrics that I've got, the fabric choices. And if you've got any questions about this, the terms and conditions of this challenge, just check out Ruan, the Yorkshire Sew Girl, or Sam at Frugalissima. Their vlogs were right at the beginning of the month with all the details that you need to know. But yeah, so, and of course there are prizes to be won, masses of prizes, which I will put right at the end, all the images you need to see all those companies that are so very kindly offering prizes. And there's also some freebies. So I think there's a freebie pattern, and there's also a discount for A0 printing, which again, I'll put all the descriptions of those, all the links for those down in the description. And yeah, I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else I've got to say other than the other vlogger that is vlogging the same day as me is Karen from So Little Time. So you've probably already checked hers out already, but if you haven't, then do check out Karen's vlog. I was really happy to see that the time that was available for doing this was right next to Karen. I love Karen's makes, and I think she's such a lovely, lovely lady. So yeah, I was really pleased that I was next to her. So yeah, please do check out all the other vloggers as well. And please do join in with this challenge and I am sending you all loads of luck for your makes if you do join, and I'm sending you all loads of love, and I shall see you next time.